Hey there folks, ever been to a live auction? It's a wild ride, let me tell you. Fast talking, paddles flying, and that rush when you win, it's like nothing else. But hold your horses. You've got to know the rules of the game before you jump in. We're gonna break down live auctions step by step. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, we got something for everyone. So buckle up, get ready to learn, and let's dive into the exciting world of live auctions. Now, you might be thinking, why live auctions? Why not just buy stuff online? Well, let me tell you, there's a certain magic to live auctions that you just don't get anywhere else. It's the thrill of the chase, the excitement of bidding against other folks. Alright folks, picture this. You walk into an auction, maybe it's a fancy ballroom or a barn out in the country. Doesn't matter, the energy's the same. You got rows of chairs, folks chattering, and up front, that's where the magic happens. The auction stage. See that guy up there? The auctioneer. That's the ringmaster of this whole shebang. He's got the gift of gab, keeps things moving, and knows how to get you reaching for your wallet. He's describing the goods, telling you the story behind them. It's a room full of hopefuls, each with their own strategy. Now bidding ain't as simple as yelling out a number. It's a game of strategy, a dance between you and the other bidders. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, just like in poker. See, every auction's got its own rhythm. Some start slow, others heat up fast. You gotta read the room, feel out the competition, set a budget before you even walk in the door and stick to it. Stay focused on what you came for. The bidding's hot, the tension's thick, and then you hear it. Going once, going twice. This is it, folks, the moment of truth. That gavel comes down with a satisfying sold. And just like that, it's over. Someone's walking away with a grin, someone else is kicking themselves for not bidding higher. But win or lose, that's the beauty of a live auction. It's unpredictable, it's exciting, and it's a whole lot of fun. Now, when you think of an auction, you might picture a stuffy room full of rich folks in suits, right? Well, think again. The world of live auctions is way more diverse than that. We got something for everyone, from the high rollers to the bargain hunters. Let's start with the classics. Traditional auctions. Think grand auction houses, chandeliers gleaming, the air thick with anticipation, but don't let that intimidate you. Plenty of local auction houses host events with a more laid-back vibe, and then there's the digital age. Online live auctions are blowing up, and for good reason. No dress code required. Ever wonder what happens to folks' stuff when they move on? Well, a lot of times, it ends up at an estate auction. These are like giant yard sales, but with way cooler stuff. Imagine walking through a historic home filled with furniture, art, and knickknacks collected over a lifetime. Estate auctions are a goldmine for antique lovers, collectors, and anyone with an eye for a bargain. You can find everything from vintage clothing and jewelry to tools, furniture, and even classic cars. It's recycling at its finest, folks. You're giving these treasures a second life and scoring some unique finds in the process. Now here's where live auctions really shine. Charity events. These are all about having a good time for a good cause. You bid on amazing items, enjoy a night out, and support a worthy organization. It's a win-win-win. Charity auctions often feature unique experiences you can't put a price tag on. So next time you see a charity auction advertised, don't hesitate. Put on your best studs, grab your checkbook, and get ready for a night of fun, philanthropy, and maybe even a little friendly bidding war. Now folks, you might think a live auction is all about the stuff being sold, but let me tell you, it takes a whole crew of hard-working people to make this show go on. It's like a well-oiled machine with everyone playing their part. First off, you got your auctioneer, the star of the show. But behind the scenes, there's a whole team making sure things run smoothly. You got your assistants, folks running around like chickens with their heads cut off, making sure the items are displayed right, bringing them up on stage, and keeping track of everything. Then there's the clerks, the ones with the clipboards and serious faces. They're handling the paperwork, registering bidders, and keeping track of all those bids flying around. Alright folks, let's talk about the lifeblood of any live auction, the auctioneer. This ain't just some guy who talks fast, they're the conductor of the orchestra, the ringmaster of the circus, the heart and soul of the whole shebang. They gotta know their stuff, inside and out. Gotta be able to describe a rusty wrench like it's a priceless artifact, make folks see the value in everything. And they gotta do it with energy, with passion, with a voice that could charm the birds out of the trees. A good auctioneer can read the room, see who's interested, who's holding back. They know when to push, when to lay back, when to crack a joke to lighten the mood. It's a delicate dance, keeping the energy high and the bids coming. Now, while the auctioneer's up there stealing the show, there's a whole army of folks working their tails off behind the scenes to make it all happen. These are the unsung heroes, the ones who don't get the applause but deserve a whole lot of credit. First off, you got your setup crew. These folks are like stagehands in a theater, moving furniture, hanging signs, and arranging everything just so. They make sure the place looks inviting, whether it's a fancy ballroom or a dusty barn. Then there's the logistics team, the ones who keep everything running like clockwork. So there you have it, folks. A glimpse behind the curtain of a live auction. It's a team effort, a carefully choreographed dance, with everyone from the auctioneer to the setup crew playing their part. And who knows, maybe you'll even walk away with a treasure of your own. Alright folks, you're here to win, right? Winning isn't just about luck, it's about strategy and preparation. Well, walking into an auction blind is like playing poker with your cards face up. You wouldn't do that, would you? Of course not. You gotta have a strategy, a plan of attack. Think of it as your roadmap to success. Lucky for you, I'm here to give you the inside scoop on bidding like a pro. So let's dive right in. First things first, do your homework. Know what you're getting into. Don't just show up and wing it. That's a rookie mistake. Research the items beforehand, know what they're worth, and understand their history. Look at what similar pieces have sold for in the past. This gives you a ballpark figure. Next, set a budget and stick to it. This is crucial. It's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment, especially when the bidding gets intense. But overbidding is a surefire way to empty your wallet and regret your decisions later. You don't want to end up with buyer's remorse, trust me. Decide what you're willing to spend before you even raise your paddle. This keeps you grounded. And here's a pro tip. Don't be afraid to start low. Sometimes a low bid can work in your favor. You never know, you might snag a steal if the other bidders are sleeping. So go out there and bid like a pro. Now let's step behind the podium for a minute and get some insights from the auctioneer's perspective. These folks are masters of persuasion, but even they got some tricks up their sleeves to keep the bids flowing and the energy high. First off, presentation is everything. A good auctioneer knows how to showcase an item in the best possible light, highlighting its unique features and historical significance. They're storytellers, weaving tales that make you fall in love with a rusty old lamp or a chipped china doll. A skilled auctioneer knows how to control the rhythm of the auction, building anticipation, creating a sense of urgency, and knowing when to pause for dramatic effect. But here's a secret, auctioneers love an enthusiastic crowd. Don't be afraid to show your excitement, nod along, even let out a whoop or two. Now folks, we can't talk about auctions without mentioning the digital revolution that's taken the auction world by storm. Online auctions are all the rage, and for good reason. They offer convenience, accessibility, and a whole new world of bidding opportunities. Imagine this. You can bid on items from all over the world, right from your couch, in your pajamas, with a cup of coffee in hand. No need to travel, no need to dress up, just pure bidding bliss. And online platforms offer a wealth of information at your fingertips. You can browse catalogs, research items, track bidding history, and even set up automatic bids so you don't miss out on that must-have treasure. Now, online auctions may seem like a whole new ballgame, but the basic principles of bidding still apply. However, there are a few key things to keep in mind when navigating the digital auction landscape. First and foremost, pay close attention to the auction rules and terms of service. Every platform is different, so make sure you understand the bidding process, payment methods, and shipping costs before you start placing bids. And just like in a live auction, set a budget and stick to it. It's easy to get carried away when you're browsing through endless pages of tempting treasures. Section 1. Playing fair, the rules of the auction game. Now folks, we've talked a lot about the thrill of the bid, the excitement of the auction, but it's important to remember that we gotta play by the rules. These rules aren't just there to keep things orderly. They're there to ensure that everyone has a fair shot at winning their desired items. Without rules, the auction would be chaos, and nobody wants that. Just like any game, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, and in the auction world, honesty and integrity are key. It's not just about winning, it's about winning the right way. Respect for your fellow bidders and the auctioneer is paramount. First and foremost, auctions are legal binding contracts. When you place a bid, you're making a serious commitment. It's not just a casual gesture, it's a promise to buy if you win. When that gavel slams down and the auctioneer yells "sold," you're entering into an agreement to purchase that item. This means you need to have the funds ready and be prepared to follow through with the transaction. So, no backsize, folks. Make sure you're ready to commit before you raise that paddle. Think carefully before you bid, because once that paddle goes up, there's no turning back. And speaking of commitment, let's talk about shill bidding. This is a practice that can undermine the entire auction process. That's a fancy word for a big no-no in the auction world. Shill bidding is when someone bids on an item, not to buy it, but to artificially inflate the price. This is not only unfair to other bidders but also illegal in many places. It's dishonest, it's unethical, and it can get you banned from the auction faster than you can say, going once. Auction houses take this very seriously and have measures in place to detect and prevent shill bidding. Auctioneers are required by law to disclose any known defects or problems with an item. Transparency is crucial in maintaining trust between the auctioneer and the bidders. They can't hide behind a fresh coat of paint or a fancy description. If there's something wrong with it, they gotta tell you, plain and simple. This ensures that you know exactly what you're bidding on. This level of honesty helps maintain the integrity of the auction process and ensures that everyone has a fair chance to make an informed decision. Section 2. Protecting yourself. Smart bidding strategies. Now, while most auctions are run above board, there's always a few bad apples out there. These bad actors can make the auction experience less than pleasant, and sometimes even downright risky. It's crucial to be aware of the potential pitfalls and to arm yourself with the right knowledge and strategies. That's why it's important to protect yourself as a bidder and make smart choices. Being prepared and informed can make all the difference between a successful bid and a regrettable one. Trust your gut, folks. And don't be afraid to walk away if something feels fishy. Your instincts are often your best guide in these situations. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. First things first, inspect the merchandise. This is a fundamental step that cannot be overstated. Whether it's an antique, a piece of art, or any other item, a thorough inspection is key. Don't just bid on something based on a picture or a description. Photos can be deceiving and descriptions might leave out crucial details. Always try to see the item in person if possible. Take the time to examine the item in person, ask questions, and satisfy any doubts you might have. Speak to the auction house staff, ask about the item's history, condition, and any other details that might influence your decision. Remember, once that gavel falls, it's yours. There's no turning back, so make sure you're fully confident in your bid before you raise that paddle. Next, know your rights as a bidder. Understanding the rules and regulations of the auction house can save you from potential headaches down the line. Most auction houses have clear terms and conditions, so read them carefully. Pay attention to the fine print, as it often contains important information about the auction process. Understand the payment terms, the buyer's premium, that's an extra fee you pay on top of the winning bid, and any other additional costs that might be involved. These fees can add up quickly, so it's important to factor them into your budget, and the return policy, or lack thereof, before you start bidding. Some auction houses have strict no-return policies, so make sure you're comfortable with the terms before you commit. And here's a tip from a seasoned auction goer: don't be afraid to walk away. Sometimes the best decision is to not bid at all. If the bidding gets too heated, if you have any doubts about the authenticity of an item, or if you simply get a bad feeling, it's okay to step back. There's no shame in it, and it can save you from making a costly mistake. Or if you simply get a bad feeling, it's okay to step back. There's always another opportunity around the corner. There's always another auction, another treasure waiting to be discovered. So stay smart, stay safe, and happy bidding. Section 1. That's a wrap. Now go out and conquer the auction world. Well folks, there you have it. We've journeyed through the exciting world of live auctions, from the auctioneer's chant to the thrill of the winning bid. We've covered the basics, the strategies, and even a few secrets from the pros. Remember, whether you're a seasoned collector or a first-time bidder, live auctions offer something for everyone. It's a chance to find unique treasures, score amazing deals, and experience the thrill of the chase. Don't be intimidated by the fast talk and the flurry of paddles. With a little preparation, a dash of strategy, and a whole lot of enthusiasm, you too can navigate the auction world like a pro. So go out there, explore the exciting world of auctions, and who knows what treasures you might unearth. Happy bidding, folks.